Gather round and let me tell you a story of realms long forgotten. There are tales of the Forest Kingdom, a place of honour and chivalry, known to some as the land of the Purple Dragon, but known to all as Cormyr.
Hi, I'm Tilda, and I'm playing Hiram, a half-orc paladin.
Hi, my name's Carl. I'm playing Catcher Donahue, a human bard.
Hi, my name is Anton, and I play Balthazar, a Warforged Cloak of Azuth.
Hi, my name is Al, and I'm playing Slate, a changeling druid.
Hi, I'm Matt, and I'm playing Zombo, who is a halfling rogue/warlock.
And my name is Dan. I shall be the dungeon master on this adventure. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How are you all doing on this wonderful, wonderful day?
Very good.
Melting.
Melting, yes.
Yeah, thank you for asking. It's awful.
Yes, we are all, with the exception of Anton, living sludge puddles, thanks to the beautiful temperate heats. I know of a place that isn't in the grips of a heat wave. I hear that Cormyr is lovely this time of year.
Well, just a very short moment ago, it was in the grips of a heat wave. It was just a man-made heat wave.
A dragon-made heat wave. This is
Yeah.
true. Yeah. Well, I mean,
I do with House of
thankfully,
Dragons.
thankfully, we're quite a way above it now, so it's a bit cooler up here. But you Warhounds have made your way up to a very special place. You've made your way to the deck of the Adler Shah, the flagship of Zinu'leth, the hunter who hates, and who would like to see what transpires when you step foot upon her vessel.
You, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, please.
I have a funny feeling it's instant death.
It's not instant.
Shortest episode
Not-
we've done.
Yeah,
It's
not that
5-minute death.
Yes. Yeah, give me a few rounds at least. Tales of hatred are all too common in the world. An unmistakable drive to inflict pain upon those who have wronged you. One such tale has followed the Warhounds since their first days together. The tale of Zinu'leth, the hunter who hates. Had fate unravelled slightly differently, Zinu'leth might not have been a name known to many. But during a daring attack on an Illithid stronghold, Zinu'leth was the sole survivor after a devastating surprise attack from an apocalyptic elemental weapon. Her heart twisted by grief and rage, Zinu'leth tracked down the maker of the weapon, a Gith Sarai named Azarad, and cut him down. The story may have ended there if it were not for a curious gnome called Nyx Badger Ningle, who held out her hand to help a lost soul. This is not the first time the Warhounds have encountered the hunter or her flagship, the Adler Shah. In fact, 3 times have the Warhounds encountered the hunter who hates. As they board the Adler Shah to stop her destroying Suzail, this may well be the last time. And so, we find the Warhounds having just crested over 600 feet over the city of Suzail on Hippogriff and Celestial Griffinback. The 4 of you, Zumbo, Balthazar, Slate, and Catcher, are astride hippogriffs from Aaron Fox, the Hippogriff Purple Dragon Knight, the Hippogriff Knight of the Purple Dragons. And Hiram, you and Emily are sat on the back of Batosharg, your the mascot of House Roaringhorn. As you swoop up, you see this large, kind of strangely shaped 2-hulled ship. It appears a two-hull prong ship with a number of kind of red sails and wicked blades running along the lengths of the hull. To your left, towards the back of the ship, you can see what appears to be a shielded cockpit of sorts. And as you look through the front glass of the cockpit, stood in what appears to be the cockpit area is Zinu'leth herself, having just drawn her serrated greatsword and is looking at you in a challenging manner. Below you, between the prongs of the twin hull, you see what appears to be a large cannon-like device, which is currently thrumming with multi-hued, kind of shifting rainbow hues emanating from various runes. Slate, you saw these runes in action when you cast heat metal, and the runes appeared to absorb the heat. And you all know that this is the weapon that was fired at the Nautilid that you were aboard over the Dragonmere Sea. And given Karnoth's advice, it would seem that the Zinu'leth is planning on firing this within the next few minutes. Zumbo, as you kind of pull up and kind of get a view of the ship, looking at it, it looks like nothing that you've kind of seen before. But what you do recognize is that you have a rough idea of where things in the ship would be. Looking at the height of the cannon, you suspect it would be on the floor below this main deck. And from kind of peeling up from underneath the ship, you saw that there was some sort of crystalline, magical engine type things in the bottom of the ship. But as you swoop up and you see that Zinu'leth has spotted you, could everyone roll me initiative?
Derp.
Yay, a 5!
I
Why
can't.
does it keep moving?
And I roll worse than a 5.
5 at dice, eh?
20!
Yay.
Where is that, Millie?
She's on the back of Buttershark with you.
Oh, there she. Oh, she's tiny.
Okay, so
I mean,
We're dead.
so
we got-
the hunter looks to you and kind of snarls as she directs, she begins barking orders towards her crew, which begin to relay through the ship. As she does, the Githyanki warriors sort of looking up, they see you overhead, so you're approximately about 15 feet above the deck of the ship, but they kind of sniss and howl at you, hiss and snarl at you, and they all kind of ready their attacks. As that happens on initiative 20, Katya, what do you do?
Do I have some management of control over the hippogriff?
Yes, you do. Yeah, so you all can control your respective hippogriffs. The hippogriffs, you should be able to click on them and see their stats, but you can fly 60 whilst on the hippogriffs.
I think I'm going to do an old slate maneuver, and as the hippogriff swoop down and attempts to grab that guy there.
Okay. So if you roll a athletics with your hippogriff.
Oh dear.
Okay, so your hippogriff swoops in towards this Githyanki crewman. You notice that the Githyanki is stood behind what appears to be this contraption with blue crystals jutting from one end. And you recognize that these are the force ballistas that were firing down on you on your ascent up to the ship. But the crewmate manages to, brings a sword up and kind of struggles and wrestles with your hippogriff. and successfully manages to push you away.
As a question, DM, as
Yes.
the hippogriffs have multi-attack,
Yeah.
can it attempt a second grapple?
Yeah.
So in that case, it will attempt a second grapple. 10.
And this Githyanki is made of stern stuff. Yes, the Githyanki still manages to kind of shake you off. Anything else, Katya?
My action's commanding the hippogriff, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
then.
So you can move freely on the back of the hippogriffs, and then as an action, you can choose to command the hippogriff to do one of its things or
Sure.
one of your own things.
That is fine then.
Okay.
It'll be my turn.
Cool. So as this happens, and you're struggling with the Githyanki, a number of the cannons turn to face the 5 of you, and with there's a humming from each of the cannons in turn, and blue bolts are fired out towards you. So everyone, if I could. So going top to bottom. So Balthazar,
Yeah.
13 to hit. So your hippogriff's ACs are 15. So Balthazar, your hippogriff manages to dodge out the way.
Gotcha.
Slate, your hippogriff is struck for 11 damage. Katya,
They've got 19 hit points, which is not a lot.
your hippogriff is struck
My
and
hippogriff
screeches
is
out
done.
as it takes 9 damage. And Hiram, no, Buttershark manages to dodge out the way of the bolt that comes in with this AC of 18. And
I mean-
last but not least, yeah.
It would have been very typical of you to just shut down my hippogriff in one go.
Oh, yes.
Mid-air as
Midair,
well.
midair. Zumbo, your hippogriff takes 15 force damage as you're struck by the arcane, the force ballistas. So next up, as this happens, Emily is on the back, like holding onto your back, Hiram. What do you do?
He's not vibing with this. Can you point out to me which cannons are aiming at us at the moment?
Pretty most of them. So
Hey,
all of the
hey.
eight at the bottom of the front, like towards the front of the ship for sure.
Okay. Okay, so what she's gonna do is she's going to try to hit this guy over here.
So one of the crewmates manning one of the cannons.
Mm-hmm.
That is a hit. The crewmates are only wearing kind of light leathers,
And go for that. So the 6 piercing damage.
and the crewmate, like she yells out as this crossbow bolt thunk, hits her in the side.
And she is going to point towards the cannon and say to her, like, that way.
Okie dokie. Zumbo, what do you do on the back of your hippogriff? As an aside, so like you've kind of scoped out the ship from your kind of height advantage, from your perspective, you can see that there appears to be stairs down into the main ship in the center of the ship. There don't appear to be any external stairs to the cockpit, so you suspect that there must be in this kind of like atrium-y bit at the back. This kind of this structure at the back.
Yeah. So I think as my hippogriff is probably making sad sounds, I'll shout to everyone that we need to get on board before we're blasted out of the sky, and he'll probably start coaxing his hippogriff towards that set of stairs, I guess. How far can they move?
So the hippogriffs can fly 60.
Okay. How fragile do the guns look themselves? The guns themselves.
They look like they're made of stone, so you suspect that the ballistas themselves are probably very, very sturdy. You notice that each one is manned by a Githyanki. You would hazard a guess that the Githyanki are somewhat squishier than the cannons themselves.
Sure. Okay. I think it probably just fired some Eldritch Blasts at the Githyanki then.
Sure.
So I'll start with this one here that Emily hit.
Okay.
I'm guessing 9's going to miss.
So as you throw a bolt behind you, the Githyanki ducks out the way.
Yeah, so I'll just throw up another one at him. 14.
That is a hit.
5 force damage, and he's knocked 10 feet away from me, if that matters. Into the gun, I guess.
The blast strikes the Githyanki, throws her back towards the edge of the ship, and she tumbles over the edge and plummets over the side.
Nice. Definitely meant to do that. Cool. All right. Well, I'll have a tentacle then, I think. Put one there.
Okay, you drop your tentacle.
The tentacle will lash out at that Githyanki next to me.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So this tentacle rises up and goes to swing down at the Githyanki, but the Githyanki moves away, and the tentacle gets stuck on the side of the cannon, the ballista.
Okay, no worries. I'll just call it there.
Okay, Balthazar.
Balthazar's gonna go. I'm gonna go here. Balthazar will jump off the hippogriff
Yeah.
and cast lightning bolt in a straight line for 100 feet.
Okie dokie.
Oh, nice.
So straight up the ship, yeah.
Yep. So I need 3 dexterity saving throws, DC 16.
Yes, you do. Okay, so as the lightning bolt all the way up the side of the ship, the Githyanki immediately in front of you
Yep.
fails. The second one along passes, and the one towards the rear of the ship fails.
Damage. Let's go. 34. 34 or 17.
Or 17.
That's a high roll.
Okay, in which case, as Balthazar, as you jump onto the deck, and the wooden floor kind of cracks and creaks under your weight as you land on the ship, and the 3 Githyanki heads turn to look up at you, and as you fight,
And he goes, "Prepare to be boarded!"
and you watch, Warhounds, you watch as there are 3 screams as the Githyanki are vaporized by Balthazar's lightning bolt.
Sweet. I'm just going to move up a bit around here. Sounds possible. Yeah,
and you've jumped off your griffin, right?
Yeah, holding onto it or attaching or something. Yeah.
Anything else, Balthazar? Okay, no.
That'd be it.
Hiram!
I mean, honestly, after that, I'm not going to be able to do anything quite as impressive. But that does mean the cannons are free now, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about maybe commandeering one of them?
Nice.
Okay, so
I think that's a fair plan.
we are going to fly close to this cannon.
Yeah.
And
Are you going to drop Emily off?
I am going to drop Emily off, yes.
Okay, so you drop Emily off.
I was thinking, like, is it an action?
No. Emily slides off the back of your celestial griffin, and like as she looks up at the kind of the 2 vertical handlebars that are used to turn and kind of aim this thing, she just kind of looks up to you with this grin.
Okay, so she's good where she is, and then I think Battleshag is going to fly low, and we're going to aim for this guy.
Okay.
Yeah, with the great sword in Hiram's hand, just on the side, ready to just take a slice.
Going Cloud Strife on that then.
Pretty
Highway
much.
chase.
Okay, so as you swoop on in,
18.
that is a hit.
Very good. That's 10 damage.
And the Githyanki tries to bring a longsword up, but doesn't. And you cut him all the way across the back of the arm.
Okay, and the second one. 10.
Okay. The second time, the Githyanki puts a palm on the back of the sword and parries your blow.
I do have to ask, like, how do I manage to attack twice when I'm on my speed?
You're attacking and then he swoops.
Yeah. Anything else, Hiram?
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
I'm guessing, just on that, I'm guessing that Hiram's just got really strong thighs.
Yes. Thighs of steel.
And there's your fun thought for the night.
So, Slate. What is Slate doing?
So, it's too big to go under it.
The ship?
Yes.
It is. No. I mean, you could fly under it. There doesn't appear to be any kind of access holes apart from the hatches to the. Like, you can see a number of hatches, so I should point out. So,
And how about above it?
you can certainly soar above it. So, from what you can see, like up above, you've got the upper deck. You've got the main deck of the ship. You've got everyone kind of scattered about, and then towards the top, you can see this cockpity area. So there's a screen that you can see the hunter stood in this kind of cockpit area. There appears to be almost like this commander's balcony in front of it.
If it's a case of that being visible just by flying up, what I'd like to do is try and avoid any kind of cannon things. I imagine they've got a limit to how far they can face. Is that correct?
You hope so.
So, I mean, if I went to the middle of the ship,
Yeah. Okay. So what
I
I'll
could probably do that. And then what's the sort of Cormyrian sign of disrespect that can be done with the hand gestures? Maybe just like a little.
Okay.
You're flipping the Kraken.
Yeah. And of course, Slate can do that in a very great way. So probably do that. A tentacular kind of thing, just to kind of really hammer home. Even though we're not on the side of the Illithids, these guys really aren't. And the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So at this point, I'll be on the Illithid side and just do some sort of Illithid visage.
Okay.
Style visage. I know it's not completely possible to do an Illithid. Yeah, I would like to roll Thinking Cloud.
Oh god.
Oh, it fits perfectly right here.
Oh no.
Oh, that's cruel.
That was rank.
Little bit genius as
What
well.
a way to go.
Is it just where you can see?
On a point within range,
Sure.
which is that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dan.
No.
I'm really sorry.
Oh, don't be.
You're wishing you hadn't made it an enclosed space now, aren't you?
Okay, so Slate,
That's my revenge.
it's like you rise up, and sort of like you.
I'll do this specifically.
Sure. And like Zinu'leth like lowers her gaze to meet yours. And then you notice the knights and the crewmates in the room with her start kind of panicking. As green gas begins to fill the room.
It's like that horror film where just you see a room go like filled with gas and just a hand slams against the glass. And just...
So the crewmate at the back left fails. The crewmate on the back right passes. The Githyanki on the left console hella
nice.
passes. The Githyanki on the right console hella fails. And the hunter...
Oh.
Okay.
Close.
It's not the first bad thing she smelt all day.
No.
Okay, so they spend their turns retching and reeling. So these two out. Creatures don't need to breathe. Okay, cool.
It also
so-
means it's heavily obscured, so that's quite good.
Heavily obscured. Okay, I'll bear that in mind. Okay, so you just watch as the hunter disappears behind this thick smoke. As yeah, and you see a couple of the Githyanki like hold their throats as they kind of drop to their knees.
I'll look down at the rest of the Warhounds and I'll just say, do you smell that? I think the hunter farted. during a really serious... I mean, I know we're all a bit nervous, but...
Anything else, Slate?
Is there any more movement I can have?
Realistically, I think you would have spent all of it to fly up to get to that height.
That's absolutely fine.
Cool.
Then I guess stay as safe as possible.
Sure. Okay. So the crewmates, kind of rush into action and they begin kind of rallying and running towards you. This one will run there. This one will. Okay, so the others will stay on the guns. This one will run to this gun, and sure, right. So, Zumbo, as you swoop in, two Githyanki crewmates run towards you. One gets close enough that it draws its longsword and swings at your hippogriff, but misses. It slides off the scale.
Cool.
The three Githyanki fighting you, however, Hiram, they begin to seem to work in tandem with one another. So there are 3 longsword attacks with advantage.
I think 2 of those hit.
The top one, I forgot to roll advantage, misses anyway. Okay, so yeah, 2 hits, and you take 4 damage from the first longsword as the Githyanki like slashes one way, and then the other like catches you on the side for 13.
I'll use my Guardian Coil to reduce it by 4.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so you managed to deflect one of the blows entirely. Cool. I think that's it for the crewmates.
Hiram, remember your temporary hit points as well.
Wait, I'm trying to do your math here. And
Well, we'll let you do that. As that's happening, Hiram, you hear alarm horns start to blare out across the ship, and Slate, you watch as the cockpit at the front, like at the front of the ship, like the glass slides away, and Slate, you hear the sounds of footsteps from within the room in front of you, and then the hunter leaps out of the fog, like with her great sword above her head, and as she jumps towards you, she then disappears for a moment, appears behind you,
Yeet.
and takes a swing at your hippogriff.
Oh, well, it was gone.
Oh god.
I mean, it's gone. Like it's only got what 5, 8, so it was gone no matter what.
Your
It is now chicken.
Your hippogriff takes.
You're dead.
Yeah. So she teleports out, and then with a the silver greatsword hums as your hippogriff's head detaches from its body. As it flaps and kind of flutters underneath your feet, you're dropped onto the roof, and then you bounce off. Let's say you bounce off there. So you land with a crash, kind of near Hiram and Zumbo. Hiram and Zumbo, you watch as Slate boom, bounces off the roof of what appears to be the stairwell. Slate, you take 5 damage from the fall. And
My poor hippogriff. While I do that, I'll be like, "Oh no, I didn't realize that would happen. I think we're going to be in trouble for not giving that one back."
And Zinu'leth turns to look to you. She still has an attack. So she... Actually, she drops. She hero superhero 3-point lands and then stands and then turns to look to you all. Get off my ship, she spits out. And she turns to look at you specifically, like Hiram, and she like lifts her sword up in a challenge. The Githyanki warriors spring to action and they start running in. And as this one runs in, it will then teleport in behind you, Zumbo, and it swings its greatsword in 2 wide arcs. The first attack hits your hippogriff, dealing 14 damage to it.
I think it's probably dead.
It's got 4 health. Okay, so
Yeah.
the Githyanki materializes and like impales the hippogriff, which screeches. And the Githyanki then spins with its second attack and attacks you directly for 14 to hit.
Misses.
Okay. The next Githyanki runs towards you, Slate. 12. Oh, it's advantage.
Oh, well, if it's 12, doesn't hit, but
Nope, neither. Cool.
I'll do some squiggles on the ground, like whoop, whoop, whoop.
Okay, so yeah, the Githyanki like impact stabs into the decking. You roll out the way, and then it like drags the sword along the floor and kind of catches you on the side. So Slate, you take 14 damage in total, 7 slashing and 7 psychic.
Ooh.
And last but not least, the one facing off against you, Balthazar, steps between the two of you, Katya and Balthazar, and then brings its sword up high and swings first at Katya, misses the attack, lunges through to your hippogriff, Balthazar, and misses as well. And the Githyanki hisses and then teleports away.
Gotcha.
Boom, over there. Cool. As that happens, the hunter looks to her remaining crew and shouts. You hear her shout out, "Protect the cannon!" She roars. Kaya, what do you do?
I have a thought process that. Well, I'm going to see how it plays out, and I'm going to see how you react to it. So I need to firstly see the hunter. So Katya swoops along. She looks at the hunter, and I cast telekinesis.
Ooh.
Choosing to push my opponent. So I'm choosing to move a creature 30 feet in any direction, including upward.
Okay.
So I need to make a spell casting ability check versus a strength check, not a strength save, a strength check by the hunter. So mine would be 1d20 plus 4 plus proficiency, right?
No, because it's just your ability.
So it's just a straight charisma check then?
Yeah. Yeah, charisma versus strength.
Oh.
However, it is an ability check.
Which means
I can use cutting words.
Okay.
Oh! She gets a 2.
Okay.
What did you say to her?
Well, hang on. Let's just see how this again plays out, because I'd like to move the hunter 30 feet that way,
Sure.
or there to the open air,
God.
and then just the cutting words will be as she grabs her and pushes her, sliding along the deck into the air for Badger,
Okay.
and then releases her.
God.
So you push her 30 feet and she sails over the edge of the ship.
And then
Wow.
releases the telekinetic grasp.
Sure.
Just gets yeeted.
And at the start of her next turn, she will fall.
And for good measure, I'll throw a bonus action to Emily. Bonus action, a bardic inspiration to Emily.
Okay, Emily is empowered. Anything else, Katya?
No, I think I've done quite enough.
Okie dokie. In which case, the two of you that are still in the air. Katya's hippogriff. 25 to hit is a hit. And the hippogriff takes 12 damage. I think is enough to blow it out the sky.
It is enough to blow out the sky.
So, Katya, as you do that, your hippogriff is blown out from underneath you, and you manage to just about grab onto the side of the ship and kind of roll yourself over. Buttershark. Another bolt is fired at you, but Buttershark kind of jinks out of the way, and the bolt sails overhead. Cool. Emily.
Emily is going to turn the cannon around. And this is where I'll need you to tell me who can I hit.
So there's a Githyanki that's currently, a warrior that's currently fighting with Zumbo. There are two crewmates that are kind of running towards you. And then there's a big old scrum around Hiram.
Is she too far away? Is Zinu'leth too far away for me to hit with the cannon?
With the cannon, no. She's only 75 feet away.
So I think Emily's going to turn the cannon around, aim at Zinu'leth, and then fire.
Okay.
With bardic inspiration.
With bardic. Okay, so that's a 15 you've rolled against her, which is not a hit.
Well, if you're going to use the bardic, you get an extra d10 on top.
22, that is a hit. So as Zinu'leth hits the side of hits the railings and kind of flips over the side, you manage to catch her for 24 force damage.
Nice.
Oh, I love to see it. Okay.
And she's struck by the force damage. Anything else, Emily?
Honestly, even if now Dragon comes in and just saves her, I don't care. This was worth it.
I want her to fall on the spire of the castle. I know she won't. I know Dan won't let me kill off his big bad this way, but just falling and then just hits the spire of Suzail. Would be a great way to go.
Gruesome. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, Zumbo.
Yeah, so I'm gonna draw my rapier, and the ghosts of my former halfling crew are going to start swirling around me.
Okay.
So I'll just turn to engage this Githyanki, and I'll give him a booming blade. 19.
That is a hit. The Githyanki brings his greatsword up to parry, but you go right underneath it.
Great. So that is 19 damage from the attack, and then 4 from the sneak attack, and then 1 from the spirit shroud.
Okay. The Githyanki, as you rake him across the chest,
and then I'm gonna leap back, and spin and start dueling with these two.
Okay, very good.
And as a bonus action, I'll whack the chap here with my tentacle. Let's hope to not get another crit fail. 14.
That is a hit.
Nice.
So the tentacle, it was just getting a wind up as it rubber bands back and smacks the crewmate in the head for 7 damage.
7 cold damage on that guy.
Okay, and then he's slowed.
Yeah. I think everybody within... everyone within 10 feet of me is slowed as well.
Oh, okay. In which case, if you remember that, because I won't.
Probably won't matter anyway. Yeah, that's me.
Anything else, Zumbo?
No, it's all good. Thanks.
Okay. Balthazar. So you're on the deck of the ship. You've got the reins of the hippogriff in one hand. There's a Githyanki warrior in front of you. And to your right, you can hear the ever-increasing thrum of this cannon. It's
Gotcha.
pointing towards the city.
Balthazar will ignore that for the moment. Move forward and cast Spirit Guardians at 5th level.
As you go past
we'll
that
get
first
an attack
Githyanki,
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
That guy sucks. It's had 2 natural ones. And Balthazar will go, Avast, landlubbers! We're here to get you!
Okay, so I think...
That will be my turn. On their turn, they will take mucho damage.
Muchos damage, okay.
That's my turn.
Cool, Hiram! There are a number of Githyanki swarming you. Balthazar's just come in, and there are now lots of spectral quills flying around the ship. Zinu'leth appears to have been blasted off the side of her ship.
Yeah, she can have fun with that. I think first thing I'm going to do as a bonus action, I am going to cast Branding Smite. And because I am on my, because I'm on Battle Shag, this actually affects both of us.
Okay.
And then I am going to jump off and, just hit this guy.
So let's move Buttershock down there for a sec.
Yeah.
Like so, cool. Okay, so as you land on the deck,
Yeah. 10. Let's try that again, shall we?
you get you swing the greatsword, and it feels a bit heavier than you're used to with Argentis, so it's a bit more sluggish.
Yeah, good call. I'm not used to it for. Oh my god, that means I'm going to be rolling really badly for a while. 17?
That's a hit
13.
for 13.
In face.
So you swing the greatsword, and it boom like hits the deck next to the Githyanki, and the Githyanki crewmate looks up, snarls to you, but you twist the point and you bring it up and get him from hip to armpit. And he
You don't need the branding.
13 damage plus 9 radiant, and this crewmate, both halves of him fly off in different directions.
So, question for you.
Yes.
At this point, I can telepathically communicate with Battle Shag. Does the Griffin also has a turn?
I believe that it does. Yeah.
Excellent. So Battle Shag is going to fly over here, literally on top of these guys.
Yeah.
Go for this one because it's close to Slate.
Yes, there appears to be a Githyanki warrior who's attempting to punch holes in Slate.
Yeah, let's not let that happen. So close first. Beak first. For 14.
That is who? So you're attacking the warrior, yeah? This one here.
Yeah.
Okay, so the warrior sees you coming and spins on his heel and ducks out the way.
Yeah, and then a claw attack on the warrior. 21.
That is definitely a hit.
And it's 14 damage plus the 9 radiant because Battle Shag also has Branding Smite.
So that's 23 slashing from. So as he spins, Battle Shag hits him from behind, spins him the other way. And it's just the 2 attacks in there. Okay, cool. Anything else, Hiram?
Nope.
Okay, Slate. This bright, gleaming white griffin has come to your aid and distracted the warrior that's attempting to poke holes in you. What would you like to do?
Well, I guess I gotta get up. I guess I can't just be lying around while everyone else is battling.
You could.
Is it comfortable on the floor?
Not really, no.
Yeah, I guess I'll get up then.
It's a very hard wood. That's a...
Cool. Okay, well, I'll use my staff to get up, and as I do that,
Yeah.
I will then remember my staff. It's been a while. And I will use Agnazar's Scorcher, which I hope is just... Is that gonna be... will that actually get in the way of the griffin, hippogriff?
No, it's a 5 foot line.
So just literally, that's fine.
Yeah,
cool,
so
well, I'll use it to go there. And I imagine it might also hit that bit of... Yep, brilliant. That's exactly what I'd like. I don't care what it does. Let's do it. I don't really know how this ship flies, so I imagine it's okay. It's just for decoration.
Sure.
And it would also look cool. They've been burning us. I'm gonna burn you.
Very good.
And Agnazar is part of my staff
So you can't.
staff magic.
Yes,
Oh.
yeah. So if you choose not
I can
to.
staff if I want to. I can staff all of the time. And when I use my staff, I can use my staff. I can then use it fine.
So if you do consume
Christmas
resource.
number 1 right there.
Oops, oops, didn't do that one.
That's right, I've got it for you. So the two Githyanki in front of you, between you and the edge of the ship, as you point this gun at green crystal staff towards them, and green flames billow out. The Githyanki immediately in front of you passes. The one behind, unfortunately, also passes. But if you roll your damage, they'll take half.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
that's 13 damage is halved to 6. Okay, and the Githyanki like scream out as they're bathed in green flame.
And what about the bit of fabric behind him?
That catches.
Yes, this is what we wanted to do. Burn.
Redecorate.
Let me see. Is it just the one? Yeah, it's instantaneous. Okay, cool. Nice.
Cool. Very, very good. Let me click. Click.
Oh, can I ask? Sorry, while I'm looking around.
Yeah.
Where is the control for the bloody cannon that we're trying to stop? Because it feels like that's quite more pressing than just burning some people.
Yeah. We're not sure. You've all got. Who's in your WhatsApp group? Who's in your mind chat?
Everyone.
Who isn't on the ship? Who is in the chat? Who is not on the ship?
Wasn't Magnus and Raedra
Yeah.
Magnus and
involved?
Vader. Okay. In which case, yeah, Zumbo, you would be able to telepathically kind of tell everyone that it looks like the housing for the cannon is on the floor beneath you.
So, round here-ish.
So this area just kind of behind you appears to be a stairwell down to the next floor.
So have I got, because I used my movement to get up, do I not have any movement left?
You've got half movement.
Okay. So yeah, I will go, maybe I'll say to everyone in the group chat, I'll be like, maybe we should focus on the, stopping the detonation of a super powerful, magical explosion.
Nah. Githyanki. Right, so first off, the two fighting Zumbo, is it a wisdom save, Balthazar?
That's right. DC 16 wisdom saving throw.
Dan, I just realised that I took 2 bonus actions last time. This guy should have 7 health more.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. Tell you what, I have inspiration for your honesty.
Aww.
Okay, so the first one passes, the second one...
11 on a pass, 23 on a fail.
Hella fails. Okay, so Zumbo, you see this kind of explosion of celestial quills flying around. One of the Githyankis kind of shields himself and like takes a battering. The other one is just pinned to the side, to the wall next to it, and immediately expires. The two warriors that are surrounding you, Balthazar, also say one of them fails. So the one near Katya and the other also fails.
23 to both.
23. Okay. Right. So this Githyanki crewmate kind of looking around, realizing what's happening, disengages and runs downstairs.
Ooh.
These two here between Hiram and Battleshag, they team up against you and I roll a 15 and an 18 to hit.
Hit Hiram or?
Hiram.
Yep, that's going to be unknown.
As a no on the...
Both.
Cool.
Oh,
Okay.
actually, no, 18 just hits. I lied.
18 just hits. Okay. In which case, the second one deals you 13 damage.
The tentacle or dart in the way again.
And reduce it by 2. Okay, so there's other coughing and spluttering. I believe that's it. So, at the top of turn, you can hear the thrumming of the cannon growing louder still. The hunter is currently 15 feet off the edge of her ship.
She has to recharge her. We has to recharge her.
She really doesn't. So she,
damn it!
she teleports back onto the deck of her ship, and she looks to you all, snarls, and she disappears. She begins running off, and she disappears out of sight. The Githyanki warriors, those two fail. This one, the one fighting Battleshag, takes 2 swings at the Griffin.
Ooh.
Rolls a crit on the first attack. And a miss.
Well, definitely hits.
That's definitely a hit. So that's 32 damage.
Oof.
Oh, that's... He's still around, but that hurts. That hurts a lot.
That's an ouchies. And the Githyanki then, the warrior shouts to the other group mates, "Protect the captain!" He shouts, and he teleports out of harm's way. So these 2 that have just been battered by the spectral quills, Balthazar, the one that's been, there's one who's just covered. He looks like half a bird. Takes 1 swing at you, and
doesn't had three ones. Oh, no, it's a different guy.
Yeah, different chap. But both of them miss. The other one kind of pushes in towards, pushes through the miasma and also takes 2 swings at you, but they also miss as well. So you just kind of bring your arms up and the great swords clang off your armor.
Much.
Katya.
I think what I might do is this one here. He's looking a little worse for wears.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what I'll do is I will hit him with a vicious
mockery.
Yes, a vicious mockery.
Nice.
Okay. What is the mock?
Your captain is running. You should too. You fool.
Yeah, that works. That's a 5.
Killed him.
And he's dead.
And
he died of shame.
The Githyanki clutches his head and yells as blood oozes out of one of the ears, and he slumps to the floor.
Nice.
Excellent. Sorry, just a recap of rules. You can cast more than 1 spell as long as 1 is a cantrip, right?
Correct.
Okay,
So if you've
cool.
got a bonus leveled spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's close enough to the rule, let's say.
Yeah. Thankfully, I don't think I need to at the moment. Everyone's health is looking pretty peachy. So what I'll do is I'll just jot around here to come up close to the squiddy tentacle, and that will be my turn.
Okay. Everyone's on the deck, so the blisters won't fire at anyone today. Emily.
Oh yeah.
Emily still has a cannon, so time to do some damage. You know what? Is this guy too close? Because I feel like that close by, I gotta hit him.
Which guy? Sorry.
The one in front of Balthazar.
Oh. I don't know if the cannon can turn a whole 180. Because that
Okay,
means
if
Emily's
not,
dangling off the edge
that's
of the ship.
fine. Well, in that case, leave this guy.
This chap, yeah. So another crewmate looks up and as the force blisterist turns to face him. So as Emily fires a force ballista, that's a hit, and the crewmate takes 22. And this crewmate,
I need to run to roll these rolls for me. That's amazing.
and the crewmate is disintegrated as the bolt turns him into arcane giblets. Anything else, Emily?
No, but Emily, I think, is imprinting on this cannon.
The next subtle Brandock.
Zumbo.
Right, Warhounds, downstairs. We got a cannon to turn off. And he's just going to sprint off after the Yankee, shouting at him to slow down.
Sure.
So it's fine. Oh, can I go down these stairs? Yeah.
You can indeed. As that happens, I'm just going to move you to the side for a sec. So there is a Githyanki kind of in front of you as you emerge down the stairs. It's the one that ran off earlier.
Yeah. So I'll fly down the stairs and throw myself at him. Rapier first.
Sure. That is a hit, sir.
Okie dokie. So 16 damage there.
Yeah.
Another 6 from sneak attack. And
22. Yeah.
Spirit Shroud kicks in for another 6.
28. Okay, cool. So as you lunge at this crewmate, your rapier skewers through the Githyanki, pierces the wall behind him, and then there's a reverberant boom, and it kind of blows the Githyanki in 2 chunks off the side of your rapier.
He'll probably turn to this Githyanki here, just wiping his blade clean, and go, right, you, where'd you keep your cannons around here?
They look to you and like they swear at you in Gith.
I've got 10 feet left, so I'll just stand in the corridor here, I guess.
So in the corridor, you can see that there are 2 Githyanki crewmates, one to your left, one to your right. In front of you, like behind you with the stairs you just came down, in front of you appears to be another set of stairs to a lower level. Okay. And there appears to be corridors kind of towards the front of the ship either side of this stairwell.
Right.
And you can hear some sort of commotion. The thrumming is slightly louder down here.
Down the set of stairs in front of me?
No. So, like, on the floor you're on, the thrumming sounded louder than it was. Cool. Anything else?
Just back up on the deck. My tentacle will make another attack.
Yeah.
Against whichever Githyanki is closest.
There are some Githyanki fighting Hiram and Hiram's Griffin.
Yeah, it'll probably just grab the closest one. Try and throttle it.
That's a hit.
Okay.
24 to hit. 20 yes.
7 cold damage.
Okay, so Hiram, as you you see kind of Zumbo disappear down, and then the tentacle goes upright, and then wha-bam! Like, you hear a crunch as this Githyanki is pulverized into the deck.
That's me.
Cool. Balthazar.
Balthazar will move just here. Probably get attacked. Although, has he targeted? No, I'll get attacked.
He's not, yeah. Oh, there we go. So, this Githyanki's just been getting in his practice swings. So, he crits 4.
That's a lot.
18 physical,
Yeah.
19 psychic.
Well, it's going to be a big DC con save.
Yes, it is.
Is he within 10 feet of the tentacle down?
He's not.
Oh, I can't. Okay. No worries.
What was that number again? Add it up.
So 18, 37.
That's a lot. Okay, let's make a con save, which will be a DC 18. Is that right?
Yeah.
Let's do it. I got advantage. Yeah, saved.
Not even boffed. That's
Yeah, I do take a shitload of damage though. Okay, I'll take that after. And I'll stand there and say to everyone, everyone, get inside. I'll cover.
okay.
You do
Yeah, I've
damage.
done it for you. And as Balthazar shouts that out, you notice that there's a massive gouge across his back armor as he says that.
I have. Did we get temporary hit points from someone?
Yeah,
From Zumbo. Was it like 14 temp hit points?
That's 13.
13.
I'll add the 13 on for you, Anton.
Yeah,
Cool.
sure.
There you go. So there's still a big gouge on your back. It's not as big.
Yeah, I gotcha. Move on. I'll probably do some healing, so I'll let you know what I do.
Sure.
Is that all right?
Okay. Hiram. Everyone's kind of... Well, it looks like everyone's... Well, Zumbo and Balthazar are beginning to pile downstairs. There's one Githyanki left fighting you and Battle Shark, you have noticed that the hunter has made a break for it.
The hunter went in this direction, right?
Correct. And you notice that either she went round the side or there are these kind of doors on the front of this kind of building. An aft castle? Is this an aft castle?
Yeah, well, it's at the back of the ship, so it'd be an aft castle.
There's 2 doors leading to the aft castle.
See, I could just jump back on Battle Shark's back and see if I can find her that way. But that means I'm going to be... Yep, I'm going to do that. Well, can I do that without this guy attacking me? I think he needs to. I think he needs to go first.
Sure. What this? Well, you want him to attack first?
No, I want to attack him first before I.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, go for it.
I am not giving you that chance. Come on. Like you know, I know that you will roll like a natural. Hey, a natural 20 as soon as I give you the chance.
Oh, 100%.
16 damage on him, please.
As you run past, you shoulder bar, you elbow him, and he goes over the edge of the ship.
Beautiful. Can I jump on my griffin's back, or is it an action?
No, you can.
Yay! Back we go. A bit too far.
Okay. And where are you going now?
This way.
Okay.
Basically, I'm gonna do a loop to see if I can see her.
Sure. Okay, so I'll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you want to get a bit of height, just so they can't hit you. So 6, 8, 10, 12. So that's you can go. Okay, so as you swoop round wide, you can see that there is an open door on the side of the aft castle, and the hunter appears to be retreating through it. And there are a number of kind of crewmates looking a bit shocked and surprised as you swoop round on the side of your griffin.
Do I have enough movement to literally fly into the... Wait, can Battle Shark fit into the doors? More importantly.
These ones probably not, no. But Battle Shark could make a mess out
Can
from.
you make a door big enough to fit through?
If you wanna take your sword to the structure of the ship, you might be able to carve something.
Oh no, I'm just thinking that with just brute for the Griffin brute force.
Cartoon style.
Yeah, like
Hippogriff style. Or Griffin style.
Okay, what happens instead is before Battle Shark starts gaining height,
Yeah.
he is gonna take a swipe at this guy.
Okay.
Yes, he can. That's going to be beak first. 19.
That is a hit.
12 damage.
For 12 damage.
And
So
claws.
Battle Shark takes a nip.
Oh, it's a natural one.
That's unfortunately a miss.
Yeah,
Okay.
still.
You've still got an attack.
I-
You only get
I
one.
do, you're right. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, he died really quickly. 20.
That is it.
Ooh.
15.
And
Great.
as Battleshag bites the shoulder of the Githyanki, that's enough to pin the Githyanki in place, and you slide the sword in down the side of the neck, like down the collarbone, and the Githyanki goes limp.
I mean, at which point Battleshag is going to take a bite out of it and starts munching. Just so you know.
Yeah. Tastes like chicken. You've got a couple more, you've got about 10 more foot of movement if you want to push up a bit more.
Yes, please. Literally on top of this guy.
Yep, sounds good. Cool. Okay, so Battleshard kind of lands back on the deck, right in front of this Githyanki.
Oh no, we are still flying.
Still
The
flying.
idea was that swoop down and then gain a bit of height.
Sure. Okay, makes sense. Right, anything else? Slate.
Nope. Oh.
I think over the group chat, Slate would ask everyone who's near enough to the cannon what the hell's going on and if there's any point in going down there, or if it's worth getting after the hunter.
So that's Zumbo. Zumbo, what do you think? Also, sorry, Slate, you took some damage earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, I've already
Yes.
taken it off.
but it was less than 20. Can I have a con save for your stinking cloud? It'll be DC 10.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. The cloud is still up. Cool.
Yay, stinky
so-
cloud.
The deck is primarily cleared. Hiram's gonna run off. Zumbo's giving you a call to arms to get downstairs to sort this cannon out. Yeah, what do you do?
So I'm asking to Zumbo. So what's going on down there? Is there any point in going down there? What are we doing? What's the plan?
Well, I figure, we want to get the hunter, right? But she can wait, I reckon, because if she fires that cannon before we get to her, then...
What if the cannon is fired from where she is?
Well, maybe it is, but if we turn it off at source, then we can press that button all she likes, can't we?
But how do we turn it off?
I'm working on that, Slate. Not quite sure just yet. Hoping there's going to be a big obvious wire to cut, to be honest.
Big red button.
Fine, and then I'll run down.
The real horror is when there's 2 big red buttons. Yes. Okay, so Slate, as you head down into the deck, you catch up with Zumbo. And yes, you can see kind of in the hallways there are 2 Githyanki either flanking you. You can hear the thrumming of the cannon, and it's kind of to the south of you.
Okay, I will give a little nod to the Githyanki nearby and just say, "Hey there, folks. Gonna sort out this problem. Your leader, bit naff. Just ran off. She just left. Very weird. Anyway, we've got to get sorted. So I'm gonna go this way,
Yeah.
and then
So
gonna follow. I don't know how far I ran, so I probably will need to stop at some point.
That's so you were there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you're 50 feet in, so you're dashing at the moment.
Ah, cool. Then I'll continue to dash
Okay.
down to here, and I'll say to Zumbo, "Maybe this way."
Okay. So the thrumming gets louder and louder as you go. There's another couple of Githyanki kind of in front of you. You also smell. There's a distinct musty smell as you get down here. And as you kind of look ahead, you notice that on off to the right of you, like as you're looking forward, you can see what appear to be a number of like cage doors, if you will, like metal barred doors. And the smell, it's almost like farmyard smell, stable smell mixed with sulfur. And you reckon that these are the dragon pens.
Ah. Yeah.
Cool. Anything else, Slate?
No, I'll just say, "Ooh, this might be it. There's some dragon pens. Maybe not here, but there's something going on. Oh, and there's 3 Githyanki. Let's try and kill them as well, but maybe focus on the thing. Anyway, hurry up. This probably this way. I don't know. I'm very confused, but let's just keep on going."
Okay.
That's all over the goat group chat, obviously. Not just saying it to the Githyanki.
Okay, in which case, the Githyanki crewmate underneath Batashar tries to swing wildly. The other one turns the force ballista round, and it's a 25 to hit for 18 damage. Cool. So yeah, the ones downstairs run down and they dogpile you, Zumbo. The 2 of them begin to team up, and they roll an 11 and a 17 to hit with advantage.
17 hits.
Okay, so one of them distracts you enough. The other one licks in 9 points of damage.
Okay.
2 crewmates rush to intercept you, Slate. One makes it in and swings at you for 13 to hit.
Hit. Mm-hmm.
That is 4 damage.
Ow.
Just kind of nicks you as you go. There's coughing and spluttering up in the command deck, so we'll ignore that. Cool. The hunter, Hiram, you notice her disappear off, and she runs up there. Hiram, give me a perception check.
That's a 6.
Not to worry. In which case, you hear the hunter shout something. You can't quite hear what it is, but the ship begins to lurch, and it begins to move.
Cool.
So the Githyanki. So this warrior, having gotten a lick in, turns to look at the two of you. Needs to make a wisdom save, Balthazar, as it stood in your spectral guardians.
Yeah, DC 16.
As a pass. So
We'll take 8.
8 damage. Cool. Doesn't look great. But runs in and takes one swing at you, Balthazar. 21 to hit.
Yeah, hits.
For 14 damage in total, 8 and 6.
You bastard.
And then takes a swing at you, Katya,
Oh, ouch.
Cool.
for 20 slashing and 14 psychic damage.
Wow.
Ouch.
This guy's doing work. He's got all his ones out the way. Now he's just rolling 20s.
Yeah, he had like 2 1s and now he's at
I don't suppose that's anywhere near the tentacle, is it?
It is.
Okay, I'll use the tentacle to dart in front of it then.
Yeah.
So I reduce it by 5.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool. And then the Githyanki, having done that and not wanting to get nipped, teleports again out of the bubble.
Gotcha.
Right. That's that one. There's another one down. That's a knight. Should be a warrior. Okay, cool. So this warrior, facing like that, you can see downstairs. Slate begins running up towards you, but doesn't quite make it. I believe that is it. Okay, Katya. Balthazar, I need a con save if you haven't already made one.
Also, because I was having a problem with
You are
character, I didn't get a chance to thank you, Matt.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, everyone's good. All your spells are still going. So yeah, Katya, what do you do?
She asks, "Are you going to be all right, Balthazar?"
Yeah, I'm good. Don't worry, I'll get him.
Okay, cool. So she goes into the doorway. Before she goes further, she whispers. Oh, sorry. What's the name of the hunter again? Sorry.
Zinu'leth.
She whispers, "Zinu'leth, the hunter who hates."
Ooh.
Okay, let's make an
Cool.
intelligence save.
Oh, that's nasty.
Intelligence.
I imagine it comes out like the voice of Badger, like Zinu'leth. Oh!
Wow.
23 psychic damage. And she is incapacitated.
Very nice.
Or
Not or. No. No, Daniel.
Oh, I rolled a natural one. Let her have this.
this is what it's for. You feel the psychic lance kind of fly through the ship, and then it shatters on some sort of mental bastion.
Boo.
Boo!
By the way,
Boo.
Dan, one of your TikToks, the one where you dispelled my hand, someone commented and said they agreed with me. So, boo!
Boo indeed. Anything else, Katya?
I cursed the name of my DM.
Okay. Force Ballista, no one's in flight. Well, they are, but they're not. Emily, what do you do?
Guess what? This guy. I can hit. I can see him. Ballista him, please.
That the one, the
Yeah.
Githyanki warrior.
Yep.
That's a 180 turn. He'd be dangling off the ship again.
You are not been. Wait a minute. Can the cannons also aim down?
Yeah.
Do I
Yeah,
see anything under us?
You can see. I mean, there's a lot of like dogfighting between the dragons and the hippogriffs. You can see one lone hippogriff streaking up towards the ship, however.
We probably should not hit that. Okay, I think it's time
Emily.
time to leave the cannon.
Maybe go down.
I mean, yes, that's the idea. But first, I'm going to take a potion at this guy though,
Sure.
and then run.
Oh,
good choice.
All of the crits this session.
It's in the back.
So 16. So this Githyanki warrior is just kind of teleported away from you, Balthazar. As it drops into this pose, and then you see the Githyanki look over to Emily, and he snarls and, "What are you going to do?" And this bolt lodges into the top of his neck. And he stumbles a little bit and collapses to the ground.
Nice.
Also, I imagine Emma is doing this, by the way, while she's running downstairs. Just
Yes, firing from the hip.
oh dear.
Okay, so as you get to the bottom of the stairs, you can see. Let me just pull the two of you forward a little bit, just so you can all see. You can see that Zumbo is currently engaged with two Githyanki crewmates.
Oh, I don't like that.
Anything else, Emily?
Nope.
Okie dokie. Zumbo, you are currently engaged with two Githyanki crewmates. What do you do?
Yeah, he's probably like frantically dueling for his life. He goes, "All right, ladies," and he's gonna slide through the legs of, because they're medium sized, aren't they?
Yeah.
I can slide through the legs of that
Legit
one.
Do that.
Yeah.
Are you attacking one of them before you do that?
No.
Okay.
I tell you what I will do though.
Yeah.
I will turn into a puddle and then trickle through the legs
Sure. Okay.
of that one.
So the one you've just kind of run away from, 13 to hit.
Misses.
Okay. Cool.
And then as he's sort of rematerializes on the other side, he'll take a whack at them.
Yeah. That's 20. Yes.
Okay.
And your spirits? Yeah, cool. Okay, so 11, 14, 24, 26. Okay, so you you drop to the ground under him like flubber. You rise back up and then you skewer him through the back. And the crewmate's down.
I'll just shout to Katya and Emily that we're heading south and that we've got to get after Slate.
Sure.
And then I'll just carry on running, I guess. So
Okay.
I move 5, 10, 15, 20. I can move. I don't think I can end up in Slate space, can I?
No, but we'll move you there. Just
Okay.
Warn you.
Yeah, and that's.
I'll say this to Zumbo. I warn you, it's about to get real stuffy in here.
Are you just gonna stinking cloud again? Is that your new favourite spell?
Well, I've got tired of Moonbeam, I've got tired of Heat Metal. Now it's time for a stinking cloud. No.
Can't wait to see it. Yeah, that's me.
Okie dokie. So next up is Balthazar. So you're on the deck. There's no one up here actually. Zumbo, did you want to move your tentacle?
I can't. It costs a bonus action.
Okay, cool. So Balthazar, you make it down. There's a bit of a traffic jam. It's Katya and Emily. There's a Githyanki immediately to your right as you come out the stairwell.
Yeah, I've still got my Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
That was my... No, that's 30 feet. So I can cast a spell. I will do a Toll the Dead on them.
That's a wisdom save.
Yeah, it will be DC 16 as well.
Okay.
Come on, roll.
9. So that's a fail. They are at full health, so it's 2d8.
Gotcha. Isn't Zumba down here?
Yeah, you can hear the soft pitter patter. You can see what looks like a slug trail on the floor, going around the corner.
Yeah, gross. Sure. I add my wisdom to it, so it's 11.
11 damage. Okay. So there's this reverberant dong that kind of shakes the corridor. The Githyanki doesn't look particularly peachy.
Cool.
As blood starts pouring from her nose and ears and eyes. Anything else, Balthazar?
No, that's it.
Right, here I am.
I have a bit of a problem, guys. You all left. All left. I'm here alone. I'm not sure if I want to take a take on someone who has like legendary resistances on my own.
You'll be fine. You'll be
Come
fine.
join the party downstairs.
You're
Yeah,
here.
just fly, jump down, just roll
This is-
down the staircase.
This is the legendary battle it was supposed to be.
Legendary boss is not there. You know what
Yeah,
I
they're
mean?
hiding like a wimp.
Also, I really want her sword.
Get the sword. Get the sword. Get the sword. Get
I mean, if
the
I die,
sword.
at least I can play as
Get
Emily.
the-
Fine.
Okay, so what does Hiram do?
Well, don't die.
Obviously, I'm gonna die. I'm on my own.
So Hiram, you can. I would argue that with your height, with the maneuvering of your griffin, you can just about make out through this door that the hunter ran through. There appears to be a staircase which heads up.
To the stinky cloud.
And kind of looking like as you look into the aft castle, you can see it's the staircase up. So if she's not in this room, she may well have gone back up to the cockpit.
Okay, let's fuck it. You only live once. I'm gonna follow her.
And you can shortcut because you can just go up and then you'll be level with the cockpit like command deck.
That's a good call. Okay, before my griffin disappears, I think. Yep, let's go up into the stinky cloud.
Sure. I mean, you could always ask Slate to turn it off.
Yeah, Slade. I know you're very proud of your spell. However, this man's atrocious. Can you please turn it off?
I didn't do anything. That was definitely her. Look, I'm not saying anything.
Still.
Fine. And then I'll let it.
Thank you.
I'll deconcentrate.
Cool. Okay. So Hiram, you kind of swoop up, and you, as you kind of shout this, the green clouds dissipate, and you can see that there is the command deck with the open, like the open window. And you've noticed that the ship is beginning to like lurch forward, lurch backwards in an attempt, presumably, to get rid of this gas. There's no aircon on this ship. Yes, if you want,
I'm
you
just there, like trying to like push it out the window. Like,
Yeah, I think I'd like to land.
Okie dokie, let me move that for you. Ba-dum. Cool.
Thank you.
As you land on the command deck and kind of look in, you can see the cockpit. There are the Githyanki kind of like sprawling around, coughing and hacking. And at the back of the room, it's like having just stepped through the door, like behind her, the command throne, you see Zinu'leth. And she kind of looks to you, snarls, and then grabs one of the horns on her helmet and pulls the helmet off, drops it to the ground. And she looks at you,
Next, okay.
looks at you with like a snarl as her eyes like focus on you.
In response, I'm gonna keep looking her in the eye, and from my bag, I take out a potion,
Mm-hmm.
and I drink the potion of Frost Giant Strength.
Whoa.
Okay.
that is also a great like flex as well, just like staring at her while like.
With the archer finger. The
Okay,
Only
so
3.
You are about to read her for filth.
okay, so that increases your strength to 23.
Yeah.
I will set that for you. Boom!
Thank you.
Hello, +6 to hit.
Yeah,
Okay.
who needs a magical sword, eh?
Okay, so Zinu'leth looks to you and snarls as you drink it, and you feel that toenail kind of like get stuck at the back of your throat. But as you It's gone a bit mulchy because having been in the liquid, and it
Oh.
goes down.
Dan.
Like a treat.
As it goes down,
Oh, moment for that if you wanted to throw up, please.
and as your
It's
eye
delicious.
twitches, you feel this intense chill run through your body, and you feel it in your chest as it spreads to your limbs, and you feel your chest kind of expand slightly, and your armor suddenly feels a bit tighter. And as you look, there's almost like a frost coating the tips of your gloves, and you just feel stronger than you've ever felt before. And as you look up to Zinu'leth, your eyes are now icy white.
Dope.
Anything else, Hiram?
No, I think I'm going to wait for her to come to me.
Okay. Cool. We have a showdown. Slate, you are downstairs with the rest of the Warhounds. Yeah, you've just been charged by some Githyanki. What do you do?
Okay, you can tell me no, but I'm going to say what I'm going to do, and then if you say no, that's fine. I'm going to say to everyone, please, you can all... There'll be enough of me to go around for everyone. I mean, maybe I should make more of me. Yeah, make more of me. And then I'm going to turn into an earth elemental.
Ooh, Earth Elemental
And
or
I'll
Myrmidon?
push- No, definitely element. I don't like the Myrmidon, sorry.
Okie dokie.
They're too small. They don't have as much fun things, and the Earth Elemental has a very, very, very useful power.
Okay, let me transform you. Wild shape. Okay, so Zumbo, you
I'll roll to avoid being flattened.
are pushed out of the way as Slate's skin turns like greyish brown. The contours of their body become angular and cragged, and like you hear the timbers underneath Slate's feet begin to groan as they grow and grow and grow into this massive hunk of moving rock. And Slate, as you let out a bellowing roar, what do?
Would like to multi-attack slam these two dillweeds in front of my face.
Sure. Okay, which one first?
I will do a punch to the right with my left, and then a punch to the left with my right.
Okay, cool.
Yo ho! It's a pirate's life from me.
So against the two crewmates, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, roll to hit the first one. The one in
I
front of
will. I will. It will be
you. Holy moly, 24, that is a hit.
nice.
13, that is fine. So, Slate, you bring your fist up, and as you bring it down, you swing, and you catch the Githyanki in the side, and you hear bones break as you toss this Githyanki across the corridor. The Githyanki flies across, hits the door frame, and kind of crumples to the ground.
And then I'll look at the other one and do exactly the same to this one. In my uncaring. Do I just do it? No, wait. It's not a roll. It's the hit and then do the roll. That hits, right?
That is a hit. So tell you what, let me
Boom.
just do.
Oops. Sorry.
That's all right. Let me just do that for you. No. Okay. So you catch it like as this crewmate just watches her crewmate get flown across the corridor. She looks up just in time for your fist to wha-bam right in the schnoz, and she just crumples like a wet paper bag as she's pitched back 10 or so feet.
Excellent.
And this warrior just kind of stops, looks you up and down, and like Zumbo, you see this Githyanki's eyes glance to the sharpened edge of his greatsword as he looks at this massive walking obelisk. Would you like to move, Slate?
Oh yes. I'm gonna push right past this person if I can.
Yeah. The Githyanki just gets out of the way, just lets you pass.
Cool.
And there is a door in front of you. Here you can see like a rainbowish light thrumming, and you can hear the humming from behind the door.
This one here.
Yeah.
I'll point at it to Zumbo and go,
Sure.
which I imagine means I think this door might be the right way to go in
Go.
Terran.
I imagine you just speak in nothing but AC/DC lyrics.
Okay, so the crewmates, no one's going to get in the way of Zinu'leth. Cool. I think you've dispatched pretty much all the crewmates, so we'll leave them there just in case. So at the top of turn, the hunter looks to you. She snarls Hiram. She brings her sword up kind of alongside her head, and she charges across the command room towards you. As she comes out, the two of you hear this high-pitched screech, like a keen bird call, if you will. And Hiram, as you take a moment to glance up to like your left,
Is it maybe a hippogriff coming to help me?
as you look, like cresting over the edge of the ship up to your height, comes Raedra. She swoops up on her hippogriff, and she looks to you and she shouts, "I wasn't going to let you have all the fun!" And as she lifts her sword up into the air, Hiram, you recognize the blade that Raedra wields as Orbin, the Edge of Justice, the Cormyrian sword of state.
Hiram, just let Raedra die, take her sword, because it sounds like it'd be quite useful.
She is there.
She's in the chat room with us.
But thank you for mentioning it, because straight away you're like, oh my god, guys, Raedra is here.
So, Raedra...
No, what a scene stealer, I'll say in the group chat.
It actually is it was a very cool moment.
So, Raedra swoops towards you on the hippogriff, and then she leaps off onto the command deck. She lands next to you, gives you a look, and then turns to look at Zinu'leth. Zinu'leth stops, screams, and then continues her turn, charging at you, Hiram, and with her multi-attack,
Wait.
she takes one swing at Battlesharg, 20 to hit, and she deals 24 damage in total.
Yeah, he gone.
So she slashes him, and he disappears in a puff of kind of blue ethereal light. Then she looks up and like swings a second time, this time at you, 23 to hit.
That hits.
For 29 damage in total.
Ouch.
Jesus Christ,
15 and 14. And as she slashes against you, and then she looks up and says, "I will decorate this vessel with your head," she says. And as the three of you kind of size up and kind of prepare yourselves for what's to come, let's grab a 10-minute break.
Awesome.
Right, see you in a bit.
Cool. See you in a bit.
Yay, Raedra!
Zambo. Wait, no. Captain, we have a problem.
What is it, Iram?
A lot of people watching these videos are not liking or subscribing to the channel.
What? First, mate, we need to do something about this. Give me our options.
I could prepare a subscribe cannon.
What the bleeding hell's a subscribe cannon?
This is a subscribe cannon. Anyone who doesn't hit the subscribe button gets hit by the subscribe cannon.
Ah, yeah. Very good. All right, fire away then.
Welcome back, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
We have a bit of a fight on our hands, don't we? A desperate battle whilst the Warhounds scramble to save the city. So yes, Hiram, you are on the command deck of the Adler Shah with Zinu'leth, the hunter who hates, and you've just received some reinforcements in the form of Raedra Oberskir. Meanwhile, everyone else is making a mess downstairs, trying to get to the cannon, which Slate thinks they have found. But shall we pick up where we left off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. So, as the hunter takes a swing at Hiram, and kind of Battlesharg is dispelled in motes of celestial light. Katya, roll me an acrobatics or athletics check.
I shall roll an acrobatic. 17.
Nice.
Okay, as you're descending down into the ship at the back of the group, you feel something grip the back of your collar, and you're wrenched backwards, back up the stairs by a taloned figure. And as you're tossed to the ground and you look up, you are face to face with a red and black plumed bird-like creature which looks at you with piercing yellow and red eyes, and the beast of Malar, Torvoth, screams at you. And having grappled you, it then begins to fly up, carrying you with him. What do you do, Katya?
Is Katya high? What's going on?
So actually, think about it. If you're 15 feet up, may as well put you here, because Hiram, you hear a loud, piercing screech. And if you chance to look, you can see this red and black feathered creature with Katya in its talons lifting her up off the deck.
I mean, not the kind of high I was talking about, but sure.
Katya, this is your turn. What do you do?
Well,
as you look up, this bird screeches at you, and then in this garbled, kind of throaty voice, you hear,
well, I think there's only one course of action. Let's do a mind walk.
Okay. Okay. So, as you look up into this Torvoth's bird-like face, you enter his mind.
Excellent.
And so you go limp in his claws, as you feel that kind of swoop, that chest tug, as you absorb it into his brain. And you find yourself in this hot, stuffy, claustrophobic cage. And you can feel your anger and rage building and growing. And as you kind of look up, you can see that there is a prone form of a man lying in the darkness some way ahead of you, surrounded by a number of distorted red and black furred, pelted, feathered creatures that all kind of prowl around him and look up to you hungrily.
Because I can telepathically communicate with them as well. I guess Catcher's going to basically be like, how far the mighty Torvoth has fallen. Quentin Torvoth, the most feared of Ursula's boys, is reduced to nothing but a whimpering child. It's not exactly how I expect you to end your days.
The creatures snarl, and you see blood and saliva dripping from their teeth as they roar at you in frustration and anger.
You know she's dead, Quentin. I saw it with my own eyes.
The beasts stop for a moment. They look stunned, and then they begin to hyperventilate.
And oddly enough, Quentin, and she points, and I imagine now she has access to his eyes, and she points straight at the hunter who hates. That's the one who killed her.
Give me a persuasion check.
Nice.
A deception check with disadvantage, because he's not friendly. This feels quite inspired.
It does, doesn't it? Does feel very inspired.
You may roll again.
What, with disadvantage again?
Oh wow! Okay.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
Who did?
The beasts kind of look out into the distance, and you can see the hunter and Hiram. Well, you can see the hunter and Hiram sparring, but also Radra's there. But as you kind of turn to look at the creatures, the large kind of ursine one is growling, paws its teeth right back to expose rotting gums, and then it begins to lunge at you. Do you want to? I'll give you an action.
Kind of blew my entire wad on that.
Just lick him. Assert dominance.
I guess we'll just cast commands and order to descend.
Descend. Okay. So the beast kind of roars, and like you see the avian beast kind of twitching and like thrashing as you start to kind of psychically enter its mind, and it lets out this frustrated screech, and like through the beast's eyes, you watch as it begins to drop, but then it drops over the edge of the ship and begins flying down. So still holding you prone, but you can see through its eyes that the other beasts are kind of roaring and snarling, kind of swiping at the avian one, but the avian in control just drops like a rock over the edge of the ship and starts dive bombing towards the ground.
Okay.
So as that happens, the rest of the Warhounds, Emily, Balthazar, you've just seen Katya like yanked out from behind you. But Emily, what do you do?
Go after her.
So Emily, as you step out, you look around, you see this plume, you see Katya and this black and red bird kind of swoop, like the bird is flapping chaotically, and then it straightens out its wings and it just dive bombs over the edge of the ship.
I don't think there's anything Emily can do about that, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah.
That is a problem.
Also, you can see Hiram on the command deck with Radra.
Okay, so distance. How far away these two things are from Emily?
So Hiram is 50 feet away. So 35 across and 15 up. Radra, the same, pretty much. You'd have to run to the edge of the ship to see how far down Katya is.
Okay, let's do that. I think Emily's going to... How many steps was that? God knows.
So you've gone...
I was here.
So just 5,
10, 15. Okay.
So you're only at 10, actually.
Okay, even better. 15.
And as you run out, you can see a tentacle flopping around on the deck.
Great. Okay, I think I'm gonna go... Here. Can I see Katya from here?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, no.
Through the clouds and the dragons and the ships and the hippogriffs, you can't.
That's fine.
So, well, you can't see down all too well. So it's clear that the bird hasn't gone out. It's down.
Okay, Emily is going to dash. And is this door open over here?
It isn't currently.
She's gonna try.
Okay. You run to the aft castle and the door opens.
Oh, perfect. I mean, that's far as she can go.
When you open the door into this aft castle, You can see what appears to be like an eating area. There are a number of tables with chairs. There are rugs. The room is well lit. This appears to be some sort of common room, if you will.
Cool. So as a bonus action, this might be a waste, but never mind. She is going to hide behind the door so the Githyanki can't see her.
Yeah, that sounds good. And let's close the door behind you, just in case. Cool. Okay. Anything else?
That's all.
Zombo.
He is going to position himself between the Githyanki and Slate and yell over his shoulder, Slate, get that door open and smash whatever's inside. And then just, I guess, start dueling this guy.
26 hits. So as you skip around the warrior, and the warrior kind of goes to swing at you with his greatsword.
So 15, and then I get 6 from my sneak attack. Spirit Shroud is still up, so another 2 from that.
So 23 damage. Okay. So you slide on your knees, and you score the Githyanki across the abdomen. You've got a bonus action still?
I've got 5 feet of movement left, so I'm going to just hop back. As is my want. And then, bonus action. I think
Summon
I might.
Tentacle?
Yeah, I'll summon another tentacle down here. It's too far away to just move it, so I have to use another
Sure.
use of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no worries. Let me just move that across for you. There you are.
Cheers. And it will make a smash.
So there's a splash of water as this tentacle rises out of the floorboards, and
Yay!
it's a crit.
Okay,
Ready for the crit?
2d8. 6 cold damage.
Okay, thwack. And this tentacle catches the Githyanki completely by surprise. Is that everything, Zumbo?
Yeah, he or she is slowed by 20 feet.
20 feet. Okay, cool. Balthazar,
Yeah,
you are currently in combat with a naughty Githyanki.
Yeah, the Githyanki didn't make a save versus Spirit Guardians last turn, I believe. Yeah.
Yes, correct. In which case, she retroactively
DC 16
passes,
save. Yeah, that's 10.
but is peppered by your darts anyway.
Gotcha. That's my turn. Oh, well, that's not my turn.
That's just not your turn.
I'm gonna go this way. What we do?
So
1,
you can see
2, 3,
the tentacle
4,
fighting a
5.
Githyanki. There's cracks in the floorboards heading round the right, presumably from Slate's ponderous feet.
Cool. I can move further. Let's do that.
Okay. As you go, as I want to do, the Githyanki strikes out at you but misses.
Yeah. Cool.
Hey.
That's my turn.
Okay.
Hi, Zambo.
So, Iran, Zinu'leth has just raked you with her blade.
Yeah, rude.
Very rude. What do you do?
First things first, as a bonus action, I am going to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
Smart.
Holy shield. Ah. Okay, so you glow. Your extremities glow as a force field erects
So now
around
I'm
you.
a glowing icicle.
Yes.
Yeah, time to try to hit this lady.
Mm-hmm.
I almost said something else there.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. It's fair assessment.
First, 25.
Do it.
That is a hit.
Excellent. That's 12 damage.
Okay, so you bring up your sword in a counter attack, and she.
Yep, and then second attack. 17?
17, and she parries the second blow.
That's fair.
Anything else here, Ram?
No.
Okay. After your turn, she immediately riposts. 23 to hit.
So yeah, my hits.
For 28 damage in total. 11 slashing, 18
Well, as nothing
psychic.
else, guys, it's going to be a very quick fight.
And with that, Slate, You are stood in front of a door Zumbo has told you to smash.
I will try and open the door.
As you reach towards the door, as you reach for the handle, the door breaks under your grasp, and the door smashes open.
Can I get in at that size, or do I need to smash around some other bits?
So you peer, as you look in, are you, if you're opening the door, then the door opens. If you want to make a grander entrance and just go through the wall.
Well, I want to just make sure that I've got enough space to go through, because I feel like that door is just not big enough for me.
It currently isn't. So as the door kind of smashes in front of you, you can see what appears to be the base of this extremely large cannon. It's currently glowing with these. There's vents with this kind of coruscating rainbow light. But as you smash the door open, a mote of fire fires out from the inside of the room. So I need, Balthazar, Zumbo, Slate, and this Githyanki to make a dexterity save against a fireball.
Ow.
So the Githyanki fails. Slate fails. Zumbo passes. Balthazar, are you doing anything to...
I'm considering... I'm not going to use Aegis. I need my turn. I'm going to use the other thing, please.
The other thing? The Absorb Elements?
That's the one.
Okay, so if you make your save, and then...
Oh, boo.
Damn.
Okay,
Ooh.
so those who fail
Natural
take
one.
27 damage. So
Oh,
Balthazar,
no.
So Slate, you take 27 damage, which I think you've already done. The Githyanki warrior is blown away by the flames. Zumbo, you only take half, so that is 13 damage.
Yeah, I'll use my Guardian Coil as well. So 12.
Cool. Okay.
Well worth the reaction.
And as the flames die back, you see, Slate, as you kind of bring your arms down now, blackened from this fire, you see that there is a Githyanki in robes protecting the cannon. She has a hand out, and there's smoke coming from the palm of her hand as she enters the initiative.
Cool.
There we go.
Okay.
So, Slate, yeah, there's a Githyanki inside, there's a cannon. Your arms are long enough to just reach through the door. And
Yep, I would like to pick her up and chuck her out of the back. Please?
Yeah?
That's...
What, out the front of the ship?
Yeah.
There's a whole... Okay, cool. So if you make a athletics check.
17.
Oh, boy. Okay, so...
I'll shake her around a bit while I do it, just as if it's like a toy.
So this Gish throws a fireball at you. You shield yourself, and then you reach in, and then she panics. You grab her. She tries to prise your fingers open, and then you just wham, 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 smack her against the side of the cannon, and then pitch her out the front of the ship where the cannon's sticking out, and you just watch her careen to the ground below.
Living your best Hulk life here, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Puny Githyanki.
That was the quickest CR10 odd monster ever. Anything else,
I will
You've got
point
another
at...
attack, actually.
Oh, is there anything else in there?
There's the cannon.
Is there any buttons or anything in there?
To you, Slate, everything looks like a button.
If all you have is a hammer, everything is the nail.
Yes.
I will smash against some of those chains, which I get double damage on, just to kind of rock it away from pointing at the right place.
Sure. Okay, roll a slam attack. That is a hit, and then roll the damage, and we'll double it.
Double damage, baby.
36. Okay, so you...
I hope that chain's not too 108
You
or
reach
something.
in, you grab the chain, and as you start pulling it, the chain kind of buckles under your grip as you wrench it from the ceiling. The other chain kind of comes with it, and you watch as the cannon kind of becomes a bit loose and starts swinging wildly.
Oh, sweet.
the thrum is getting louder and louder. You can see the cannon almost vibrating under its energy. You can see a glow starting to emanate from the barrel of the cannon at the far end. But yeah, it's now kind of like swinging around wildly. Anything else, like I think that's it.
Will step back and step over here and then gesture to the two of my companions to go and fix it.
Okay, cool. Right. So next up, Raedra. She looks to you, Hiram, and as she lets out a "fuck Cormyr!" She runs forward and.
Why is she looking at me? She's not attacking me. Focus, Raedra.
She swings once. She swings twice. The hunter, kind of now fighting the two of you, catches the first blow, sways it away, but then Raedra twists her sword and catches her on the second attack. Raedra rolls 15 damage. Zinu'leth rocks. She hisses and snarls, and no one invited you, she says. as she holds her hand up and she points it at Raedra and kind of crushes her hand into a fist, and you watch as a translucent hand materializes behind Raedra as she casts Bigsby's hand, and the hand attempts to grapple Raedra, but Raedra kind of shoulders her way out of it. As that happens, like Zinu'leth hisses and Raedra shouts to you, "She's distracted!" And Hiram, you may make a free attack.
Hey, thank you.
You have
that's bad. This is going to be my natural one.
Well, don't roll a double one, then you'll be all right.
Too soon.
29.
That is a big hit. Roll for damage, 17.
Nice.
And Zinu'leth, like as you strike her from the side. It is so the hunter's done that. She's going to jump away, just to put some distance between the two of you. Katya and the beast. Katya, you can see the ground kind of rising up towards you. The beast starts thrashing in its confusion as you're kind of playing with its mind, and the ursine creature leaps up and pounces on the avian, brings it to the ground and kind of swipes and maws at it, and you feel like the mind beginning to change as Torvoth kind of slumps, and the feathers become a fur as it transforms into the ursine creature 600 odd feet above ground. Over the space of both of your turns, and I figured this out, you drop 600 feet in 6 seconds.
Oh, God.
I used the calculator and everything. Katya, you just watch as all that distance that you climbed up on the hippogriff just gets closer and closer and closer, until the beast being as heavy as it is, ends up being underneath you, and as it slams into the ground, it will take a full 78 falling damage as it takes the full 20d6. And like Katya, you can see the ground coming up faster and faster, and as you like scrunch up, because even though the beast is below you and will cushion the blow somewhat, it's still gonna be horrendous. You feel your stomach lurch as if someone's pulling you from the stomach upwards, and you watch as the beast cracks into the ground. The part, so you land in the park of the castle. The ground cracks under the beast, and you find yourself floating for a moment, and you hear, "I got you!" As Magnus looks up with his scroll with the runes beginning to burn away as he casts Featherfall on you and catches you before you hit the ground. The beast slams to the ground. You kind of softly land on it and roll off the side. And as Magnus runs over to you, you hear a barking as Drawl accompanies him.
Oh.
Hey.
Catcher sort of holds up a hand to stay back.
Okay. Katya, you're still in the beast's mind, but everything's just dropped 600 feet to terra firma. What do you do?
So I'm still in its mind.
You're still in its mind, but you're on solid ground now.
What is, if I can still read its thoughts, what is its goal? What is what is the singular most thought on its mind?
To tear you limb from limb.
Excellent. Catcher, I'm gonna do something fucking like once during this game, blowing off the ship, fine. Like thinking, fine. This is gonna be the one. I cast Modify Memory.
Yeah.
She's basically going to edit the last 10 minutes of its mind to tell it that it already killed her.
Okay.
Did it?
So, as the beasts kind of sprawl around inside its mind, you see Torvoth lying kind of face, like he's just been kind of tossed to the side by the impact. And as you kind of walk up to the memory, the spirit of Quentin Torvoth in this beast's mind, and you get down on one knee and you specifically how are you saying this to him?
She basically, imagine she walks through his mind with like the beast all pouncing around as she sort of like leans down to Torvoth, and she basically shows like a dagger in his hand, and she basically repeats the scene of when she first stabbed him while they were running away, but reverses it. So he basically is the one that stabs her, but as far as the beasts are concerned, he's killed her.
Okay.
So she's in his mind, she's lying there sort of bleeding out. And her last words are just like Quentin, and then.
Okay. The world. There's a flash of white light in this kind of claustrophobic cage-like mind, and for a moment, like Quentin stirs and kind of looks up to you, and he furrows his brow for a second, and. As he looks around, you notice that the beasts have stilled. As if the target of their ire has been disposed of. And Quentin looks up to you and there's a look of genuine fear in his face. And you watch as the manifestations of the Beast of Malar turn to Quentin. And as he, no, and starts to back away, these rage-filled spirits pounce on Torvoth and begin tearing him apart within his own mind. And as you're forced to jettison, and you watch as you come to, you and Magnus watch as the beast is now reared up, its arm broken, its leg smashed to bits. There's part of its jaw is hanging off from the sheer force of impact, and it's just tearing at its own face and kind of ripping at its throat, clawing at its eyes. Its fur turns to scales, turns to feathers as it pecks at itself as the beak manifests, and it begins ripping itself to shreds. As without something to channel the rage, the beast turns on itself.
Nice.
It takes an additional 27 damage as it starts tearing itself apart. Anything else, Katya?
No, Katya's just going to keep a hand to Magnus and Draw as she just sort of backs away.
Okay, Draw is just like growling grumpily. And as this is happening, Emily, what do you do? You're in the Aft Castle.
Well, she is literally just going to move. So, dash. 30 feet, and then up she goes.
Okay. Up she goes. I will move you for you. There you go.
Yeah, I think she can go like this far.
Okay, so as you peer around the door, you can see that there are a number of Githyanki kind of not cowering, but they're just kind of watching. These two at the front appear to be piloting the ship, which is now kind of visibly moving. And out front, behind them, you can see Hiram and Raedra kind of squaring off against Zinu'leth.
Yeah. Okay, she doesn't have any more movement or action, so that's it for now.
Sure. Okay, Zumbo.
Yes. So, definitely going to follow Slate's gesture and move into the room. So, what's this cannon doing at the moment?
The cannon feels hot, cold. It feels like there's electricity tickling your skin. It feels like you're just being assaulted by all the senses. The pulsing light coming from it is coming through much more aggressively and rapidly. And there's a thrumming noise coming from it.
Okay.
It's also swinging, like the thrumming is, the vibrations within the cannon are making it swing wildly now that one of the chains has been, or two of the chains have been broken.
Sure. Okay, so looking at the cannon itself then, are there kind of control panels or openings or obvious wires or anything?
So you can see that at the back of the cannon, if you will, it almost looks like a coal or a wood furnace, but it's jammed full of crystals. And again, they're also kind of pulsating and like changing hues and colors. To look at it, it reminds you very, very much of when you were up in the Stormhorn Mountains. But otherwise, there are runes, but they're not in a language that you recognize. It looks sort of draconic, but you reckon it's probably Gith.
Okay. But there's no obvious entrances, openings or...
This looks like it would be probably magically, psionically controlled.
Okay. So the furnace is full of crystals at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And can I guess whether the crystals might be safe to touch?
Dealer's choice. Give me an Arcana.
Oh no. Because I don't think we've actually seen these crystals before, have we? They weren't in the Stormhorn Mountains.
You haven't.
Oh, I haven't. Okay. Well, no, if I haven't.
I will let you decide.
Shiny. Shiny.
They are very shiny. They are glowing.
Lick them.
I tell you what. Can I bring as a bonus action? Can I bring my tentacle in to this room, please? Just stand it next to me, thanks. And the tentacle is just going to start rummaging around in the furnace and pulling these crystals out and just tossing it over its shoulder, I guess, just throwing it behind it into the wall, just to get it out of the furnace.
Sure.
And does that appear to be doing anything to the tentacle? So
it's a tentacle kind of lunges in. The water that's kind of the magical water that's splashing around it. You notice that's beginning to turn into different elements. The tentacle both catches fire and freezes and is electrocuted simultaneously as it begins reaching in and kind of pulling out the rocks. The rocks almost seem to be kind of drawn to one another, but with a pull, you manage to start separating some of them. And as you pull out a large chunk, you hear the thrumming starting to drop a little bit.
Okay. How big are these crystals?
They range from the size of your fist to the size of your torso.
Cool.
Okay. I guess he's just going to probably pulling out 2 daggers, one from his hat and one from his boot. He's going to try and sort of pry some more of the smaller ones out and just kind of flick them away. He's not touching them with his hands and he's being quite gentle, but...
give me a sleight of hand.
Okay.
15. Okay. Cool. You manage to... you dig in some of the daggers. You notice that the metal starts to corrode and warp, but you kind of start to kind of scratch away, and some of the crystals chip and break. As chunks fall away, they lose a lot of their glow and luster.
Okay. I think in the chat room, I just be like, Katya, here I am. How are we doing?
I just fell 600 feet. I'm fine.
God.
Right.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Says Hiram. Okay. Anything else? Simon?
Right. No, that's it.
Okay.
I imagine someone's like, the fuck?
Balthazar.
I will go into the room, please, and I see Zumbo picking up a bunch of crystals.
So like the room is hard to look at. As you walk in, you feel this overwhelming kind of arcane energy like pressing on you. And like looking around, you can see that there are some other kind of crystals that seem to be like stabilizing crystals or something. It would seem like you. Give me an Arcana check.
Yeah, this was going to success. I can either Arcana. Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
20.
It seems like that these crystals are approaching some sort of critical mass, which is what's going to fire the weapon. If you've got some way of kind of calming them down or dissipating the energy or anything like that.
So I could either do a dispel magic or a magic circle.
You've done magic circle
will...
before.
Yeah, I think we can contain it because it's obviously like the energy is coming from somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. So if I create like a magic circle around the cannon, right?
Mm-hmm.
That kind of works.
Yeah.
Let's do that. That sounds
okay. Okay, so you're casting magic circle.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that a single action spell?
Yeah, it is. It's usually for creatures, but
that's fine. Okay, so as you kind of step into the back of the room to get a proper look, and you begin to what part of the cannon are you encasing? Because you've only got what, like 10 or 20 feet?
No, I can do all of it, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, weeba. Okay,
it's like
cool.
It's like a cylinder, so it's perfect. I'm just trying to find it.
So, Zumbo, you're asked to step out of the way, and Slate, you watch as Balthazar kind of channels a spell, and you see this glowing blue field encase the cannon. And Balthazar, you tense up as you begin to hold it, and you can feel the elemental energy kind of bouncing off and ricocheting back into the cannon. You can see that the runes are beginning to light up brighter as the magic is kind of feedbacking into itself, and the cannon starts to shake more and more and more and more. The Slate looking in, you remember that when you cast that fire spell on it, it seemed to absorb it and it seemed to charge up faster. Well, Balthazar's just mirroring everything it has back into it.
So it's not full, it's 20 foot tall. I can still get the main reactor.
You can get there. Yeah, that's fine. Anything else, Balthazar?
Zumbo, maybe stand back a bit. I got this, I think. Maybe not.
Back down to Katya. I'll take Drool out, but is there anything that Drool's doing?
No, Drool's just sort of slowly backing up as the beast eating itself and gently nudging Magnus to sort of also back up, just like that sort of like.
Hiram, up on the command deck, Zinu'leth has just teleported away. What do you do?
Fuck it. I'm gonna go after her.
Okay, so as you run at Zinu'leth, sword, you are glowing, your eyes are glowing, everything is glowing and chilly.
Yeah, on this side. Just because.
Yeah.
Right. Time to hit her. 27.
27 is a hit, a very healthy hit.
Nice.
16 damage, and she like walls out as you a chunk of her armor dents, and swinging again.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts
Okay.
right there.
As that, okay, so as you swing you catch her the first time, as you draw your sword back and you go to thrust, she catches your blade on the secondary kind of handguards on her sword. She's got the handguard and the smaller spikes halfway up the blade. She catches your sword, she twists, and off the back of a 1, she flicks your sword away over the railing.
Oh, I get punished for a natural one, but not the enemies. What the fuck, man?
I know, she's really good at what she does. And your greatsword like lands in the deck below.
Okay.
Anything else here, Ram?
No.
Bad.
Okay. Slate, this cannon is being contained by Balthazar. Is there anything you're doing?
Balthazar's containing it. Is it stopped or is it just slowed?
It seems to be getting more and more power. Like it's charging up faster and faster, exponentially.
The runes or whatever they were, the crystals, I want to just start like yanking them out at a great speed. So I'll like pretty much brush past Zumbo and just start like pulling out literally every one of them. And I imagine it won't be as difficult because I'm quite big and can just kind of like scoop them up.
So you wouldn't be able to get to the cannon because of the field, but you do notice that there's 2 kind of pillars of crystals either side of Balthazar. Balthazar, you know what these are. These are kind of stabilizing pillars, but do you want to tell anyone that in the chat? Or
Those are stabilizers. You can take them, Slate. You can probably wear them if you want.
you know that the pillars at the back are stabilizers. They seem to be kind of channeling the energy safely, air commas. But take those out and this thing will get even more erratic.
I just don't know what to do. I'm just going to sit on the floor.
Okay. Do you want to dodge just in case?
No.
Okay, cool. Rager goes to, like, seeing what's happening, rushes forward to kind of help out while you're disarmed. She rolls a 31 and a 29.
Yeah.
Which will both do damage, and that is 26 points. So she like slashes the hunter twice while she's distracted. The hunter snarls on at the end of her turn. She riposts against Raedra. Raedra blocks. On her turn, the hand comes in behind Raedra and grabs her. And like you hear Raedra scream as the hand crunches and it pulls her away from Zinu'leth, and Zinu'leth kind of pushes her hand away from her, and Raedra is moved away by the hand. She then turns to you and
maybe she should drop her sword.
She looks to you and sort of like rounds you and sort of like flicks her greatsword and looks to you and says, "Without your blade, you're nothing," she says. She gloats and Katya, the beast, did you want to intervene while the beast tears itself apart?
No, I think Catch is going to just basically slowly sort of walk around it, trying not to say anything, because it believes she is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just going to basically go get close to Magnus and draws like, don't do, in the chat rooms, again, not to audibly say anything, don't do anything to give it a new target. Just let it happen.
Okay. So as you do that, the creature you watch as its head is the lizard-like creature, and with its bare claws, it reaches up, puts its fists in its mouth, and you watch as it snaps its own jaw open. Emily, you've just gonna poke your head round the back of the command room. You can see Raedra is being grabbed by Bigsby, Zinu'leth's hand. Hiram's just been disarmed. What do you do?
I think Emily is going to do something very stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And I apologize in advance. I am, as a player, I am very aware I should not be doing this.
Go for it.
But I feel like I have to.
Mm-hmm.
Emily is going to reach into her bag,
Mm-hmm.
take out a bottle of Alchemist Fire,
Nice.
and throw it into the room right here in the middle.
Okay. So, Emily, as you uncork the bottle, you throw it as a Githyanki crewmate turns to see you, and as you throw it, it smashes across the skull at the back of the throne. The liquid flies out in a cone, and it kind of, some of it lands on the Githyanki kind of navigators, but a lot of it lands on the consoles of the ship, and like the Githyanki, like the two navigators obviously catch fire, but the crewmate turns and begins saying, like, frantically saying stuff in Gish. And Emily, you watch as this command room starts going up in flames.
Yeah, Emily is going to smile.
Okay, Zumbo.
Yeah, so Balthazar's told Zumbo to back off, so he's kind of edging his way out of the room. Balthazar, reckon we should go.
I got this.
But Betty is going to disappear in a swirl of brine, and she's going to reappear in the mouth of the cannon.
Right.
And I guess be instantly vaporized. But as she does so, she's going to explode into a dark, swirling vortex.
Right.
So, my thinking is there is now a gateway to the dark between the stars in the mouth of this cannon.
Okay.
So if it fires, that's where it's going.
Right. Okay. So. Okay. So you watch as Betty, like, look, one eye turns to look at you as she and appears at the end, like very kind of octopus-like, just gloms on the end of the cannon. You're right. She begins to like burn up and frizzle. But you see this inky darkness begin to kind of fill the magic circle as it extends towards you, Balthazar. Anything else, Zumbo?
No, I think he's just going to start, because he's heard Hiram say that he's in trouble, so he'll start legging it back.
Okay.
And he'll probably dash as his bonus action.
Sure. Balthazar, on your turn, as the magic circle, like the energies becoming harder and harder to contain, can you please give me a concentration check?
Yeah.
And it will take your whole turn to keep this in check.
Advantage, I guess. Got Warcaster, right?
Okay, you push your feet into the ground, and you can feel this kind of like you're struggling to hold it, to hold the magic encased, but you manage to keep it in one piece.
I imagine like Balthazar's eyes are usually blue, and like some of his insides are blue, and I imagine they're getting that rainbow color pattern within as well. So
They are
he's
indeed.
scintillating.
They are indeed. Hiram. Zinu'leth looks to you, and she has this snarling smirk on her face. She just turns to look because there's been a crash of glass behind her, and then screams from Githyanki, and there's as the command room goes up in flames. And as she turns to look, Raedra pulls an arm free and shouts, "Kill him!" And she throws her sword towards you.
She could have dropped it for any of us. Never mind. It's a sword. I'll take it.
Doesn't this now make you king of Suzail?
Absolutely not.
As you catch the sword, and you know that whilst it's a sword of state, for the non-Obiskir bloodline, it's just a sword, but it's a sword that you don't have right now. As you catch it, and you look at the blade with this kind of large, dark purple gem in its hilt, the gem bursts into light, and you watch as runes begin to etch up the blade, just as they did when Raedra was holding it. In your inventory, you have Orbin, the Edge of Justice, and it appears to have attuned to you.
Hey!
Ooh.
I'm so glad I joked about this. Like, I don't know how many episodes ago.
I'm just disappointed you didn't shout, "I have the power!"
And as you grab this long sword and look to Zinu'leth and hold it in two hands, you can feel the power within it. As you feel inspired, what do?
Hiram is going to look the hunter in the eye and say, "Take this, bitch," and I'm going to attack her.
You have advantage.
Yay! 26
Okay, that's a hit.
for 15 damage,
For 15. Okay,
and then for the second one, 23.
23. That's a hit.
That's
another 16.
First level smite.
Okay, so you swing once, you get the feel of Orbin. It glows the second time as you swing it with a divine channel. Anything else, Hiram?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's all.
Okay. Well, that's interesting because Rager shouts, "Again!" You may make a third. You may
God,
make a
Jesus.
third attack
Yay!
with advantage.
Come on.
That's a hit.
Okay,
Use the
and
last one.
on top of
Use
it,
the last one.
I am
Yes.
going to cast third level smite on her.
Ooh.
22 radiant damage.
Dope.
Okay, so as you grab Orbin, you swing, you then open your eyes, it glows brighter, and you swing it again with the divine smite. Zinu'leth staggers and rocks, and she turns and looks at you, and like her armor is rent, there's blood trickling down from her mouth. Hiram, how does this happen?
Oh, as he stabs her, he keeps the blade in her chest with one hand, and with the other hand grabs onto whatever the hell she's wearing. Brings her closer, like, and this is for my friend. And just throws her on the ground. And as she's falling, can he try to take the sword from her hand?
You can. She swings at you, you grab her wrist, you twist it, and she and as you twist it, she drops the sword, and you catch that. So you've now got her great sword and Orbin, Edge of Justice.
I'm going to put the finishing blow with her own sword.
Okay, so as you grab her sword, she falls back, she looks up to you, she pulls her hand up to stop you, and then you drive the sword through her sternum, and it punctures through. You hear it tear out the back of her armor, and then you hear wood as you pin her to the ground, to the floor of her command deck. The Githyanki crewmate inside looks in panic, and she looks up to you and this isn't. And she looks to you. She tries to desperately, feebly pull the greatsword out, and then she twitches and looks up to you. But then you notice her eyes aren't looking at you; they're looking past you. And then and blood trickles down her cheeks. She laughs. This isn't over for you, she says. And you see her fingers loosen their grip as she slumps to the ground. As that hand disappears, Hiram, you turn to kind of look to where she was looking at, and you can see that there's a small black pinpoint in the sky which begins to open up bigger and bigger and bigger, and you can see that the Githyanki ships are being drawn towards this kind of black hole, including the Adler Shah. You notice that the two kind of navigators are just kind of unconscious and unresponsive, and you feel the ship being dragged towards this black hole in the sky. As you realise this is Rage returns, and this must be the Mage Royal's banishing spell, she shouts.
Why the fuck is he casting? Never mind.
Anything else?
He's not very good at his job, remember, Hiram?
Yeah, but then
Anything
the
else,
said to him,
Hiram?
"Don't do this because we might have an alliance." Oh my god, I am going to kick his butt once we go back. I am gonna throw Orbin back to Raedra. So,
Okay.
thank you for the land.
Katya, down on the ground, like you and Magnus look up and you can see this black hole being pulled open in the sky. And Magnus kind of looks to you and, what do we do?
How many featherfalls did you bring with you?
Just the one. Why? But well, I do have it prepared.
How many times do you think you can cast it if I tell everyone to jump?
I haven't got that many, Katya.
Slate, what's the biggest thing you can turn into?
This, because I've used all my changes.
How many people do you think you can carry?
Well, I'm the same size as Balthazar, a bit bigger.
We may have a plan here. Just, you might need to grab some people and jump, and Magnus will featherfall you. You can do that, can't you, Magnus?
Magnus looks to you and, sure. As you're saying that, Katya, Slate, you're up in the command room. You can see Balthazar like struggling to hold the cannon. You can feel that the ship is lurching. Balthazar, it's becoming harder to keep your grip. Zumbo, you're kind of staggering up the stairs as the ship shakes. And you're wondering why the ship is both being pulled backwards and the front is tipping downwards, almost like it's being sucked up into the sky. And Katya, from the Royal Park, you look up and you watch as this black hole pauses for a second and then seemingly explodes out, covering the sky in a massive tear. And you watch as the sky looks like shattered glass blowing away to reveal this blackish landscape. And as you look up under the shadow of the Suzail Palace, you realize that through this hole in the sky, you can see another city with another tower and another palace upside down, reaching towards the rend in the sky. And Katya, as you look up, you feel that familiar head wooziness, as it's the tower you saw in the mind of the Ceramorphites when on the Penitent Martyr. As you look up, you realize you're seeing into that other world, and the rift gets larger and larger as the Githyanki ships are sucked through the veil into the Shadowfell. And as you watch up, you see as the Adlershar goes almost vertical, and those of you that aren't on the ground, you disappear through the rift.
Yeah.
And Katya, as you watch a dark black mirror of Suzail appear in the sky over Suzail, we will call it there.
Ah. What do you mean we disappeared, Dan?
Thankfully, we can all still communicate because it works over planes.
You can listen to our horrified screams as we're butchered.
Like C-3PO is like, oh my god, Arthur, I'm too late. You can hear their screams. They're dying, and it's all my fault.
We
Oh well,
didn't get rooming
might as well go to the pub.
Congratulations, everyone, on completing session 38.
Ooh. Wow.
Yay.
That was intense.
That was a slog. That was a marathon, not a sprint, boys and girls.
Yeah.
So, you've done it. Who knows what that actually means now that you've been sucked into the Shadowfell, and there appears to be a large wound in the sky. I'm sure it'll be fun. So, thank you all so much for playing very much longer than normal, for staying up so late. I really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. If you've made it to the end of the video, you are the G. If you liked what we do, then please leave a comment, leave a like down below. And if you like the other stuff that we do, we have other episodes. We have Tavern Between Dimensions, which is our RPG podcast with Carl, Anton, and I. And all of this can be yours and more if you subscribe by clicking the subscribe button. Somewhere around one of these corners. But with all that said, thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. Whilst the Warhounds have succeeded in cutting off the head of the snake, leaving the Githyanki leaderless, they now find themselves split across realms. As Katya and Magnus watch their companions get dragged into the Shadowfell, what will come of our heroes? Come back next time to find out. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. Your support really does mean a lot to us. If you're after some more content, Carl, Anton and I have just released this month's episode of Tavern Between Dimensions. You can watch it from the card in the top right, or you can listen to the whole of the podcast, as well as all of our other releases, on major podcast platforms. Just search Explorers of Elsewhere or Tavern Between Dimensions. If you like this session, make sure to give it a like, and if you want to see more content like this, you can find another video here. Most importantly, you should subscribe to the channel here, as it really helps us out and lets you stay up to date with our newest releases. So, thank you once again. As always, stay safe, and may the realms endure.